Okay, hi everybody. We're gonna go over a couple problems on our 4.1 homework. We are solving quadratics by factoring. So I'm gonna start with number 2. Okay, remember our first step to solving a quadratic is we wanna set it equal to 0. We're looking for the x-intercepts when we solve a quadratic. So in order to solve it, we want to set it equal to 0. So we're gonna add the x to both sides. And we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Now we need to list it in standard form. So this 3x squared goes first, because it has the biggest exponent. Then just the x to the first power, and then minus 2, the constant. And now it's equal to 0. Okay. We're going to now factor it. And I use the area model for factoring. So I have 3x squared, then a positive x, and a negative 2. And we want to find what multiplies to 3x squared. So we can get 3x times x gives me my area here of 3x squared. And then what multiplies to negative 2 is 2 and 1. So the area here would be 2 times x, which is 2x. And the area here would be the 3 times the 1, which would give me 3x. Now I know one of them needs to be negative because this area right here is a negative 2. So does the 3 need to be negative, or does the 2 need to be negative to get a positive x? And that 2 would be negative and that 3 would be positive. That makes this factor 3x minus 2, and this becomes x plus 1. So then I have the 3x minus 2 times the x plus 1 are my factors. And together they will equal 0. So now we're going to use our 0 product property, that if that's equal to 0, then one of the factors needs to be equal to 0. So 3x minus 2 is equal to 0, and the x plus 1 is equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, and that'll give me x equals negative 1. I'm going to move this over here. So we have 3x minus 2 equaling 0. I add 2 to both sides to solve. Get 3x equals 2. Then I divide by 3 and get x equals 2 over 3. So the solutions are negative 1 and 2 over 3. Okay, I hope that helps review this concept for you. I'm also going to do number 5. At least get you started on it. Okay, so again, it has x squared equals 4x. We are going to solve. That means we want it to be equal to 0. So we we add the opposite, do our inverse operations here to get the 4x to be 0. And that gives me x squared minus 4x equaling 0. Now, this one I want to factor out the GCF. Okay. So I need to factor out the x because they can both be divided by x, and that will give me x minus 4 here. Okay. So I still have a factors of x times x minus 4. And I'm done factoring. It can't be factored any further. Okay. So then I separate my factors, and I get x equaling 0, and then x minus 4 equaling 0. So then I would add 4 to both sides, and I would get x equals 4, and then x equals 0. So the solutions are 0 and 4. Okay, I hope that helps you with your homework. Continue working on that. It will be due on Tuesday. Have a great day.